Good morning, everybody, and hey, thanks for stopping in. This is Dave with Dave's Acrylic Pouring. This is my biggest fan. This is my daughter, Lauren, and she wanted to join me for painting today. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. We actually did these videos yesterday, and my camera, for some strange reason, decided to record them in fast forward. So everything is at 4 times speed with no audio. So we are going to redo them. This actually is the painting that we did yesterday, and remarkably, it's already dry enough to hang on the wall. I guess our house is warm enough that it just dried it right out. The other painting that I did for my second video is not 100% dry, so I didn't want to bring that one up just yet because I don't want to tilt it. So we're going to try to recreate these paintings today so that you can see how we do them. All right. Now, I had been talking with a lady on the Facebook forum about, she was really worried about what kind of paints to use, what were the best paints that were out there, because she didn't want to use cheap paints such as Master's Touch. I love Master's Touch. I use it all the time. So I wanted to do a painting today so that I could post to that Facebook forum and let her see the results that you can get from using Master's Touch paints. Now, slight variation on that. My base coat is actually going to be Artist Loft white mixed with a little bit of Golden's turquoise, just because I wanted to get that light turquoise color for my base. My swipe color is Liquitex Mars Black. I have not found Mars Black in Master's Touch. It is mixed with Floetrol and a little bit of the Minwax pre-stain for the cell activators. Alright, my colors, I've got Master's Touch colors for violet, fluorescent green, phthalocyanine blue, pink, orange, and primary red. To a couple of those, I have added my Liquitex iridescent medium. A lot of people that I make these for really like these colors to really get that good shimmer to them. So I put a little bit extra in the blue and in the red. So the mixture is real simple. It's 1 ounce of Floetrol, 1 ounce of glue all, and paint. About 0.3 of an ounce of the paint, mixed it all up, and then add water to consistency. I can't give you the exact amount of water to the consistency because as the paint gets older, it tends to dry a little more, and once it dries, you're going to have to add more water to get to that right consistency. On top of that, certain paints have heavier pigments. They're a little bit thicker, so you're going to have to add water in variations to do that. All right, so we're going to bring you down here, and we're going to bring you right down to the canvas so that you can see what we have going on. All right. So, for our base color, we're going to pour this on and spread this out.
If you look closer, it kind of looks like an N and a Y.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it spread out.
Yeah, because last time, when we did this first time, I kind of did the rest of it.
Yeah. Yes, you did. But we have a busy day today, so I have to get this done here. Well, we want to get these sides real good, so make sure that you run your whatever tool that you're going to use to spread. This actually is a fondant smoother for baking. My wife is a certified pastry chef, so that's something that I have stolen from her. I got some of her stuff in my painting supplies.
Or you could just use a paint.
I just repurpose it. Well, yes, you could use a paintbrush to do this, but this is so much faster, and it creates a much more level surface.
Well, we'll do make a little
Circle?
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
we do with the bubbles?
Torch them.
Torch them, that's right. We torched our bubbles. Why do we torch the bubbles?
To pop them.
To pop them, because we don't want bubbles in our painting. Because if you get bubbles, you'll see white spots underneath.
Don't you think it will be easier with a big brush?
No. Nope, I don't. I want it thick. I don't want it thin. You could do this. Okay.
2 coats.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. But thank you, though. Okay, so we'll get our torch, and we're going to pop these bubbles.
Oh, I see them popping already. Like popcorn. In the microwave. Yeah, because you know, corn pops when it's in the microwave. Popcorn.
Love this time of the year. My allergies are messing with me.
What?
My allergies are messing with me. That's why I'm coughing. So I'm sorry.
Me too.
Okay, so now we have our base coat, and we're going to start with our colors. Okay, remember we talked about this. We're going to do a swipe, so I'm going to move this over, and I am going to change the camera angle. All right.
Wait, but don't we do it?
Huh?
Don't we do it? Oh. I thought you meant like the same we did.
No, not yet.
After.
Not yet. Okay. We're going to put our purple right down the center. Okay? And then we're going to outline that with our fluorescent green.
That's a real big purple line.
Mm-hmm. Try to make sure that when you're pouring these, that you don't go back across your painting, so that you don't get dribbles or drips across your painting. Go all the way to the edges, let it run off, so that your edges are covered. Here comes the pink. Alright, how about some orange? You want to put some orange on there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah. That came out of there pretty quick. That's alright. That's actually going to be off to the side once we get to our next stage. Alright, final color, which is the red.
It kind of looks like a super duper hot pink.
You know, it does look more red, look more pink than it does red. And they call it primary red, and it looks kind of like a mix of, it kind of looks like a dark pink, actually.
Yeah. Oh, it's even
Alright.
on the orange.
That's okay, because we are going to swipe next. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this sideways, because I can work a little easier from over here. I get my plate with my swipe color. Now, we've done this yesterday, so I already know exactly what I needed. So what we've done is I have cut my paper towels down into 6-inch by 6-inch pieces, okay? And we take our swipe color and we're going to pour it on our plate. Now, your swipe color is actually going to be a little bit thinner than your other paints, because you want it to slide across the top. Okay, now I take this 6 by 6 and I'm going to just put the one end in there, probably about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch in there. And the reason I do 6-inch by 6-inch is because I want it to have put it right on the edge of the purple, and we're going to pull straight down.
Looks exactly how it did when we did it yesterday.
Right. And pull it all the way to the edge. Okay? Now I started right there in the middle, so I want to do one on either side. Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to overlap it just a little bit so that you don't get weird edges. And pull that straight down. Right to the edge. And once you've done it, that's it. That paper towel is done. Okay? Now, these edges are a little bit wide, or a little bit shorter than the actual 6x6, and I don't want to hang a bunch of it off because we'll tend to want to pull to the one side. So I'm going to cut it down to get that. Alright. Coming back up here. Overlap just a little bit, right on the edge of the purple. And I'm not putting any pressure on this paper towel. I'm letting the weight of the paint that is on the paper towel do all the work for me. All I'm doing is slowly pulling it backwards to give me my lines coming this way. Okay? So I'm going to use a shorter piece for my side over here, which I have already cut because I did this yesterday, like I said. I already know what I'm doing. Alright. Back over here again, we're going to overlap and pull straight down. Try to keep your lines as straight as possible with these. Alright.
Daddy? I see a little bit of more white on the side of the canvas.
It's alright, it's all going to be covered here in just a minute.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to do our last spot right here and pull that down. Alright. Move this stuff out of the way for a second so that I don't knock it down. And we're going to spin this around to bring our next working surface closer to us. Alright. I believe I need one more piece of paper towel because I had to use one. Alright. So, I'm going to put a little bit more of my swipe color down here on this plate. Make sure I'm not scrounging for paint. Nobody wants to do that. Alright. We're going to do the exact same thing. We are going to come from just... Oh, we're going to the middle first. Just on one side of the purple. I want to maintain that purple in the center. And gently pull that down, all the way down. And let it drape off the edge. Just like that. Okay? Alright. Again, overlap, a little bit of purple, straight down. Grab that edge. And go. Alright. Now we're going to come back over here and do this side. Oh. one more piece. Alright. Now, that is the ghost swipe. We are done with that part of it. Excuse me. We are done with that part of it. So now, what we're going to do is we are going to scoot over, please. Bring ourselves back over here. Okay, and now this is our next step. This is the part that gives us some real interesting shapes on there, and that's the balloon kiss. And that's what we're going to do is we're going to push this down into the center and give ourselves some really interesting designs right there in the center. Okay, now to that I am going to add some of our other colors that we had in here off of a popsicle stick. We're just going to give ourselves a little bit of a daub right there. Let's go to the other side and do another one. Okay, try to avoid doing what I just did, but that'll smooth itself out here in just a minute. Wipe that off. We'll go to our next color. Let's do fluorescent green. No, let's do the blue. Okay.
It's as blue as the ocean, but not as.
So it's a little bit there. A little bit there. And you don't really need a whole lot when you're doing these balloon kisses because it's going to stretch it out. So what do? We take our balloon and we're going to smash it right there on top. But not hard. We're not trying to push the canvas down. We're just trying to give it a little bit of a dollop and then pull back up. Okay? And to that I'm going to bring a little bit there. A little bit there. You see what that does, and then I'm going to wipe that balloon off so I don't keep muddying up the rest of it. I want different colors to show through. Okay. And you will go through some paper towel doing this, I promise you. Alright, we're just going to keep going all the way across and give ourselves some really interesting designs. That's what we're really looking for. We're really looking to make this pop here. There we go. No, not right now. Alright, so now I am going to use some other colors. I'm going to get some of my fluorescent green. Fluorescent green. And let's do the orange. Okay, and we're going to push that down. All right, a little bit more right there. Let's do that. Okay. All right, I really like that. So we're going to stop right there. Okay, let me get this stuff out of the way. Wipe my hands down. All right, so what else can we do to it to give it a little more pizzazz? And that's what I did yesterday, is I actually did some wrecking on it. So that's what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to, again, I'm going to come around, give myself a little bit of a swirl. And it's okay that it's actually going a little bit deep, because when I do my next step, you'll see that it's going to cover that very well. Alright, I'm going to get my paintbrush actually. I want to make a little bit finer lines.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright. And as you can see, I'm also pulling back inwards to give the inner part some design. Alright, now that we've wrecked it a little bit, now we're going to do our last step in this. So, excuse me, again, jeez. I spent too much time outside yesterday.
I'm coughing wet. I'm coughing way less than my dad.
Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way for a second.
I don't know why.
And we are going to bring up
The,
the doggy pool.
also used for art.
Yes, we're using it for our art. Alright.
Did you just blow up this balloon for nothing?
Apparently, I only needed the one. That's okay. I didn't blow it up for nothing. You can play with it. How about that?
I'll have the camera so I don't bump into
That would be awesome.
Or
Okay, so I'm gonna level this out. There was still, I rinsed it up yesterday, so there's still a little bit of residual water in there. Okay, and then I'm going to get my 24-inch Lazy Susan that I made. And if you look in my previous videos, you will be able to see exactly how I made this. It's a 24-inch round Lazy Susan. Okay. Now I am going to bring my my painting back over here. All right. I'm going to lift it up and set it right here in the center. I'm going to try to get as center as I can. Okay. All right, now we are going to spin this to stretch everything out a little bit. So, with that being said, let's get to spinning. It's spin class. All right, 1, 2, and 3. One, two. Really want to stretch that out as much as we can, but still maintain some of the stuff that you want to keep in the middle. Now I am spinning it the other direction. I don't know if it actually helps, but it makes me feel better. Alright, now I'm going to go through and give this guy a little bit of a torch. Make sure I pop any bubbles. Alright, one more spin. Okay, maybe one more. Alright, that is wild and crazy. I love it. So let's come on in for a closer look and see what we got. Alright. Pretty darn cool. You got some cell action coming on over on the sides from your swipe. You got the rec portion of it that breaks that up a little bit. It's a good looking piece. Alright. Alright, so this has been the Advanced Series painting. This one is the Ghost Swipe Balloon Kiss Wreck. So that's why it falls under the Advanced Series, is it's at multiple steps. I'm glad you guys joined us. If you found this educational, feel free to subscribe. That helps out the channel to get to as many people as possible. Hit that like button and turn on your notifications. That way every time I make a new video, you get notified. Alright, thanks for joining us again, and remember, pour on.
Yeah, pour